going on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Now, today we've got the SHREYAS Iyer. Even though I just butchered his first name, it's hard to say. On the IPL injury rehab, playing in the UK and Aussie sledging, of course. Interviewed by the one and only, the greatest cricket podcast in the world, the second greatest cricket YouTube channel, behind Brad Hogg, of course. You know, no, sorry, behind me. The great cricketer, little Clarke. The legends himself, Sam Perry and Ian Higgins. Check it out. Hey, wait, sorry. I should mention, I did react to the Shupman Gill one, which was bloody funny. It was grouse. Obviously, I'm huge fans of the great cricketer. I've been listening to them for 3 years. I've been watching all their shows, their live shows. Huge fans of these guys. So, yeah, always a pleasure to watch.
What's going on, and welcome back to the Great Cricketer on YouTube. This interview, this very special interview.
Let's go.
With SHREYAS Iyer has been brought to you by our dear friends at Acko, India's leading digital.
Okay, unless Acko wants to sponsor me, I'm sorry, Acko, no free shout-outs, my friend. Acko, Acko, here's a message for you. You either come here and sponsor me, and then I'll give you a shout-out, and you let me interview Virat Kohli. Otherwise, no shout-out for you, buddies.
Joe, the great man, SHREYAS Iyer. Here
SHREYAS Iyer. So I did say his name.
Hello to everybody on YouTube, and welcome back to the Great Cricketer. Today's interview is, of course, presented to you by Acko, India's leading digital.
Here we go. Always love looking at these. Not selected for Sri Lanka tour. Me neither. Not picked in any squad. It's a shame, Higo. Me neither, mate.
Digital insurance company. A huge moment for
Fingers
TGC.
crossed for the Ashes for me.
As we're lucky enough to welcome another name to the show. You can see him down the screen, but let me do a little introduction as well. 51 games for his country in white ball cricket already. In 22 ODIs, he averages 43. I've rounded it up. And strikes at 100. In 29 T20Is, he averages 29 and strikes at 133. He's played a mountain of IPL games where he's captained the Delhi Capitals. Will he be back? When will he be back? Let's find out. He's done all this by the age of 26. He's got a colossal future ahead of him. He's on the sick bed at the moment, so we'll find out how that's going. But for now, it's just a massive welcome to SHREYAS Iyer on the Great Cricketer. SHREYAS, how are you, brother?
I'm good, guys. How are you?
Very well.
Good at cricket. That is...
Very well. Only state not locked down at the moment in Australia, so we're okay. But,
last pause of the video, I'm sorry. That did not go well because we are actually back in lockdown in Melbourne. They just said we're the only state not in lockdown. As of yesterday, as I'm recording, no, as of today, we're now back in lockdown. So thanks, boys.
You don't mind
That's fucking great.
Starting this way, man, but like we had Shubman on the show a few weeks ago, and now you. India's young generation of cricketers are getting very attractive.
Very attractive.
You know what I mean?
True.
Like, is that something that the young generation cares a lot about in terms of Indian cricketers?
Yeah, they would.
Because I just feel like the standard has risen quite a lot lately.
Yeah, definitely. You see the population you live in. there has to be so much competition, and you gotta be the best out of them. So yeah, also mentally and physically, you gotta overpower them, and I feel that's why you see many youngsters coming up so quicker and faster.
SHREYAS, I've seen your Instagram, I've been perusing your Instagram, as is my wont, for most of this morning, actually.
Yes.
5 million followers, that's okay, I suppose. Yeah. Rivals my 4,000.
Okay.
Yeah. It's okay.
That rivals my 400. Follow my Instagram. What are you doing? Do it.
But, you know, you've got some stuff going on there. You're like revealing new haircuts, or salad as we call it here, revealing new salad. Yeah. You're doing TikTok dances. Woo! You know, you're doing some magic on there. Like, are you basically Beckham? Is that what's going on?
Yeah. Well, I do idolize him. That was a really good guess, because growing up, I always loved his personality as a player, because you're just not a player on the field. You are basically a motivator as well of the field. So I feel he's got that versatile personality which really inspires me, and yeah, I love him as a human being, I would say.
SHREYAS, just to go to the very beginning for you, and this is some research I've been doing on YouTube. When you first started playing gully cricket in Mumbai, the kids were older and didn't give you much of a chance to bat or bowl. And then I guess my question is, like, once you started playing representative cricket and it was clear you were going to go very far, did you ever want to just go back there to Adarsh Nagar, maybe with some Indian kit on, and just take that chance to bat or bowl and maybe make a big 100, just to let them know?
Make a 600. You know what? Someone's talk shit on you. You go back there, you fucking just slog him for 6, and you say, you know what? That's why I'm playing for India and you're not, buddy.
That you've overtaken them?
Well,
How
yeah,
far?
to start off with, that definitely used to happen with me while growing up. I think all the kids, we just used to field over here and just used to chase the ball and get back to the bowler. And while batting, we used to bat at number,
11.
say for example, like last. So yeah, never got that opportunity at the start. But later on, once I started playing good level of cricket, then I came. But still, I come and play. It's not that I'm not regular. Whenever I get a chance to come and play over here, I play with them, and it's always good to be grounded and feel comfortable amongst their friends. And this, I feel, takes me back to where I come from. So it's always a great feeling.
Can I ask, Shreyas, and this will probably irritate a lot of people who are watching because they'll already know the answer, but can you explain to me the street politics of gully cricket? Like, if you're little and you don't get a bat, is it because you're little? Like, what does it take to get a bat?
Probably just being older.
How long do you have to wait? Do you have to do something good in the field to be offered a bat? Do you wait in line? Do you just have to fight people? I mean, I don't understand. How do you get a go?
Fight people.
So the rules in gully cricket is that if you have a bat, you're the boss. If you have a ball, you're the boss. Right. And stumps, basically, you can't play without stumps, right? You actually can, because there are bricks around here and you can just put a plank and make it as a stump. So if you have bat and ball, you can bat first, you can bowl first. So, the guys who don't have it, they know it. So yeah. I mean, I used to be one of them.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't have bat or ball, but I used to have season bat, which I couldn't take outside. So the tennis guys, they used to get their bat and they used to basically rule around. So we just used to follow, but obviously they knew that I was better than them, so I used to get an opportunity.
Yeah, like I presume when you go back to stay grounded, they give you a bat now.
Yeah.
I think I'm right in saying, Shreyas, so you started playing cricket like properly in games when you were 10, but you played with your dad before then. I mean, I presume your dad's not an IPL scout because you're literally SHREYAS IYER. You're like one of the best players in India, and yet your dad didn't get you to play cricket until you were 10. Like, what's going on there?
So, yes, I started off playing with plastic ball at my place, and that's how everything started. And I used to break a lot of glasses, like, for example, TV. There used to be a lot of crockeries at home. So I used to, break them, and we were from middle-class family at that point of time. And it used to be pretty dangerous to play at. So my dad decided to take me to one of the clubs, which is right opposite to my house. And from there, everything started.
Now sorry, Shreyas, I was going to say, now let's get into the real cricket, which is when you went to England when you were 19. And I came across your play cricket stats, which is now my screensaver on my computer. You were playing for Nottinghamshire for Clifton Village. You averaged 44, playing 12 games.
He played village cricket.
And then the next season, you're a star player in the IPL. Like, how good was that league that you only averaged 44?
So it was a Premier League, I would say. It was and it was my first time outside India to go and play. I'd never experienced, but I went to Dubai for that, playing under 19 World Cup, and going by myself to Clifton Village. The culture was different. The people around me were different, and I was staying with a teammate over there. So to acclimatize with them, it was a bit of a challenge, but I got used to it, and they thought that my behavior was a little different to what they usually see with all their overseas players. So yeah, I mean, it was a great motivation for me to go there, and I was simultaneously reading Zlatan Ibrahimovic's book, so
yeah.
which got me into that sort of mindset, that I'm the boss and whatever I do, they need to follow. So
yeah,
but
Exactly.
I'm just thinking about it like an English village team. Just sort of your Shreyas IYER,
He's reading Zlatan.
future captain of India, possibly reading Zlatan, and they're just a couple of portly blokes with pints just going like, square leg.
So the captain of the Clifton Village, he only gifted me the book. And he thought that, I would really relate my life to him. Maybe that's the reason he gave it to me, and that really worked out for me pretty well.
Does he want that book back? Did you keep it?
No, I kept it. I'm going to keep it so long. When I feel low in my life, I'm going to read that book for sure.
It's funny, Shreyas, just talking about the England team, because I've heard you say before that it was a very different experience for you, and I can only imagine being young, going over by yourself, living by yourself, or living with a teammate, cooking, cleaning, and you said that, and the people were very different, and you spent a lot of time by yourself.
At 19.
You know, in my experience, when you're in a team and then a professional from overseas comes along, I mean, if that guy is from the India under-19s team, like, I'd be wanting to be best mates with him straight away. Like, it surprises me that there weren't more of the English guys just wanting to get around you as much as possible.
For real.
Well, yeah, to be honest, all my teammates and the families around the team, they were really comforting and very helpful as soon as I arrived over there, and I'm still in touch with few of them.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, so one of my teammates was James, and I used to live with him in this house, and like I was very reserved at that point of time and hardly used to talk to anyone. So I thought doing magic tricks could really help me break ice with people.
Yeah,
and,
true.
That's how I started learning magic tricks, and I used to get attention from all of them, and in a way I used to impress them and start talking. So it was like a hobby built outside cricket.
When it must have been like a year later when you went for 2.6 crore in the IPL, did James get in contact and was like, "Hey, Shreyas, can I get a bit of rent?
Yeah.
Any rent, Shreyas, gone?"
That's a good one.
True?
Not James, but many others to me.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to mention them, but still, yeah.
I'm sure.
It's just funny you say that, because I know there's been a little bit about this. Speaking of, people who used to get in touch and then, didn't get in touch with you as much before the IPL than after the IPL. You made a quote about that, which you've then addressed and said, no, it was only one girl who did that. But I guess, no, I'm sorry, man, because I see you shaking your head.
That meme really haunts me, every
know.
now and then. I don't know where it comes from, but still.
You need to talk to Crick Info, like it's still there as a quote. I've seen you talk to Ashwin clarifying that it was just the one girl who followed you up afterwards.
I can relate to Shreyas. This YouTube channel's getting pretty big.
Yeah. Oh man, but what? I mean, truly, what did change aside from James getting in touch after you got went for 2.6 crore? What did change for you after your first year in the IPL? Best emerging player, so many runs. What was new for you?
So before that, I just want to tell when I was at Clifton Village, we used to see IPL games. Sitting with James and Alex, he was the captain of the team. We used to sit and watch the games. And I used to tell them, you see, next year I'm going to be there on the TV and you would be sitting here and watching me playing. And yeah, that's what really happened. And they were all stunned because, I had really given my words, and next year they saw me on the TV. So they were really chuffed and obviously started messaging me, and I was still in touch with them. And they used to send me pictures of me fielding on the ground
Cool.
and batting at the same.
That's awesome.
So yeah, it was a really good experience, and I really believe in being overconfident rather than doubting on myself or being negative. So overconfident as in I don't brag about myself that much, but still,
Inner.
it's really
It's that inner belief. Respect. I love that. I fucking love that from
good to
SHREYAS.
be out there rather than being pretty much reserved or hiding from things.
You're just mentioning there about the magic and starting the magic when you're playing in England, and I've seen some of the tricks you're doing. They're amazing. Is there someone in the Indian team that just loves it, just nagging at you all the time? Shreyas, give us a new trick, and is that
My guess is I bet you Jadeja or like a Rishabh Pant.
how you got your first game? Did you just do a trick to Virat and he was like, "Oh my god, this is amazing, Ravi, get this guy in. That's my card. That's the ace of spades." No? That's the
But yeah, while traveling, especially, from going from one state to another, I usually carry my pack of cards and I show it to my oppositions, I show it to my teammates. I obviously started with my teammates, Virat and Ravi Shastri. He really loves my magic tricks, and he's like, "Have you got any new tricks right on up your sleeve?" So yeah, they are all interested, and they know that whenever we play any card games that I should be right away from the cards because I can do some tricks and gamble my way into win money.
True.
So yeah, it's always good to carry a pack of cards and entertain people around you, because traveling tends to get bored. and I feel that again, card tricks, magic tricks, it really gets you together as a team.
Oh, it's lovely to hear. That's a lot more wholesome than other tricks I've seen in dressing rooms. Shreyas, I was watching you speak to Ravi Chandran Ashwin, and he was saying to you last year that like you young guys are different. You know, you're more open in the way you speak in the media and stuff like that. Just for our sake, like, how is the new generation different from established players?
I think we are more open about things, and we just express our feelings. We don't, as I mentioned before, we don't hide anything. We say whatever comes onto our mind, and our main focus is obviously to win the matches for our country, and it's a proud moment for us whenever we step on the field. So, yeah, I mean, what to say? You see a lot of controversies going on about the youngsters out here and there. So from that itself, you can make out that how open we are about everything.
I noticed in your second ODI game, Shreyas, was the game when you hit 88 batting number 3, which is amazing. But Rohit Sharma hit his third ODI double 100, which is insane. He hit 208 not out against Sri Lanka in Mohali. I mean, were you two just like laughing in between overs? I mean, that just seemed like I looked at that score. You made 392. I want to say. I want to say that. I won't, but I want to say that. Were you guys just having the most fun ever during that game?
Yeah, it was like my debut series, and batting alongside Rohit Sharma, it's obviously the best thing ever because he makes everything look so easy. And yeah, that was one of the games where you just want to stand at the opposite end and watch him play. And from my side, it was pretty easy to just rotate the strike and give him as many balls as he could face, as he was already set, and he's already done that quite a few times. So yeah, a lot of learnings. And
I noticed that in your when you got one ODI 103 against New Zealand in Hamilton. I mean, how satisfying is that now that's now against the best team in the world?
Yeah, true.
Really satisfying to be honest. So I feel New Zealand is a very good team, and they are very challenging at every point of time. So even if they are trailing, they really pull up their socks and they really fight hard. So I remember this incident sitting in Hamilton dressing room, and I saw the Wall of Fame over there, and I saw a few cricketers' names. Shikhar Dhawan was one of them, and I thought that tomorrow if I score 100, my name would also come. And it was just like an instinctive thought. And suddenly the next day I scored 100, and after the game, after going back to my room, I realized, oh wow, I just thought about this and it really happened. So yeah, just one of those thoughts. And I wish, if you could think like that, so many things would happen. I would think about other things as well, like winning a Lamborghini, like tomorrow morning when you wake up, you've got a Lamborghini outside.
Manifesting.
Man, we had that with getting you on this show. We just went, just talked to some friends, and here was Shreyas Iyer. I'm so curious about your mentality, mate, especially having said that you read Ibrahimovic's book as well. And I noted that like with India's selection.
Oh my God. I just woke up. I always record videos as soon as I wake up. Whew. All right, I'm back.
2018, you're speaking about selection, and you said, I don't feel anything from the inside these days. I'm emotionless now. Like someone comes and says, I'm in team, I'm not in team. It doesn't matter much. And my first thought was like, does that...
Shreyas, are you okay? Someone asked Shreyas, says he is okay. He's emotionless? Maybe just on a cricket sense. Hopefully not on a personal sense, because that would be quite worrying.
Emotional detachment, that protects you from unwanted drama or stress or anxiety. Like, is that still your approach to cricket selection? Is it just sort of like, well, if it happens to me, great. I'm just going to play the best possible. How do you still take that attitude towards selection?
Yes, I always take that attitude towards selection, because I've always felt that I should have been there in the team way earlier. But right now I feel that I'm really sorted from my mindset, and I think that selection point of you. It's not in my hand. My job is to score runs, go out there and perform and entertain people, and that's what I think about every time I step out on the field. So yeah, I mean that sort of mindset has really helped me, and get away from envying others or feeling bad about myself as well. So yeah, I've overgrown from that point of view, and I think whenever I think about selection or hear about selection, I know that I'm going to be there because I've performed.
Yeah.
Probably to the question that a lot of people want to know, how is your shoulder following surgery? When are you back? Can you say? Will you be captain at Delhi? And then what about the World T20? That's all for you to deal with, man. What do you think?
My shoulder, yes, I think the healing process has been done. Now it's the last stage of achieving strength and range. So that's going to take about a month, and the training is obviously going on. And other than that, I feel I'll be there in the IPL, and I don't know about the captaincy. Yeah, it's in the hands of the owners. But the team has already been doing well, and we are on top. So that's what really matters to me. And my main aim and my main goal is to lift the trophy, which Delhi has never done before. So that's what I'm looking forward to.
We'll try and speak to Ricky for you and get that captaincy back for you, Shreya. So we'll put it in for you. I saw you.
You need to. Yeah. He's from Melbourne as well.
Exactly.
So if ever you get in touch with him,
He listens to us, man. Yeah.
He won't have to.
You can get a bottle of wine, maybe Pontings and
Ponting wines.
Yeah,
Yeah, exactly.
exactly.
Yeah, we're on the same page.
Yeah, he's not answering my calls for some reason though. But I saw you were training a few weeks ago with Prithvi Shaw, and he's obviously heading off for the white ball squad in Sri Lanka. I mean, how excited are the guys? Do you know playing under Rahul Dravid for the first time, and Shikhar Dhawan as well?
That's going to be cool.
Very much excited, and I'm fairly sure that everybody would be getting good amount of chances for them to play in Sri Lanka, even though we are like around 20 who have gone to play. So yeah, I think playing under Rahul Dravid has been a great experience for me as well in the past. I feel that he's an amazing coach. I've played under him in India A and also captained under him. So I thought that he gives a lot of freedom to you as a captain, and as a player, he gives a lot of opportunities. He doesn't put a lot of pressure on you, and I feel that the players going to Sri Lanka, they're going to be really good and will have a blast along with him being the coach and Shikhar Dhawan being the captain. And talking about Shikhar Dhawan, I feel he's a very funny guy and a really good captain, which I haven't seen him captaining before. Only in one series, I guess, against Bangladesh. That was an India A as well. So yeah, really looking forward to see Shikhar being the captain and taking all the tough decisions out there.
That sounds like a fun tour. We're gonna have to speak to Shikhar Dhawan at some point. He spent some time in Melbourne too.
Yeah.
Shreyas, just on captaincy, and we were talking about Ponting earlier. So Ricky Ponting is your coach at Delhi. You are Ravichandran Ashwin's captain at Delhi. Well, have been. Yeah. How do you mediate their very respected difference of opinion on running out the non-striker?
So yeah, that decision was really tough to take, and Ricky and I, we were really adamant on saying that we are not going to do that. Ravichandran Ashwin, he had to just decide on what we decided. So he was like, okay, I'm really going to stick to whatever you guys have decided, and I'm okay with it unless and until the batsman he really goes and do something weird.
One thing that we noticed covering India versus New Zealand in the World Test Championship final as Australians is that it was a very closely fought game. I don't know if you watched it, but a very closely fought game, high skill level in English conditions, a lot of rain, a lot of interruptions, and very tough cricket, high arm wrestle. No one gave an inch for a very long time. And it happened, the whole game happened without any kind of incident on field or any sledging or any abuse or anything. And so I just thought India plays respectful cricket, New Zealand plays respectful cricket. What does the world cricket think of the way Australians play cricket? Because it seems strange to us that there was nothing.
That was weird.
There's no fireworks.
See, New Zealand, whenever you play against them, you know that they are not going to come onto you, start chirping or sledge around, because they've always been calm. Also, when I was playing in New Zealand, it was a fun tournament. They challenge you till the end, as in terms of, batting or bowling or fielding. But sledging wise, I mean, they would have a banter here and there, but not that which would really hurt you from inside, as the Aussies do.
When you made 200 against Australia in that practice match, was there banter or chirping, or did they quieten down after a while?
There was chirping, as it was the best experience or sledging experience I ever had. Because that started before I started facing the first ball. And I'll tell you about the incident. I went onto the pitch. We had lost around 2 wickets, I guess, for 30 or something. And before facing the ball, Matthew Wade from behind, he was like, "Oh, I have this feeling that he's gonna go big from the first ball." And he started talking, and then David Warner also came up. So I hit 6 the first ball of the and I didn't say anything because I felt that I should keep quiet, And I hit 6, and then he was like, "Oh, I was right on my point that he was gonna go big." And suddenly David Warner came up. He was like, "He's batting to show off over here. There are a few captains from IPL team, so he's trying to impress them, this and that." And then second ball again, I hit 4, and then I went on to score 200.
That's fucking brutal.
I'm kind of crying, man.
So that's what this interview actually is. Actually, warm up for the next year's series. We've just been sledging you for the last half an hour.
There was like 2-3 years ago. So
yeah. And it just sounds like they didn't even stop sledging, even though 200. Anyway, we'll never learn. Shreyas Iyer, thank you so much for your time, man. We're wishing you all the best with your recovery from your injury. We love Delhi Capitals as well. We've been getting behind them, so all the best to them when you return in whatever capacity that is, and for everything beyond that, mate. Thank you for the stories. I'm sure James will be watching with interest and getting in touch with you.
James, definitely, yeah. He's a funny lad. But thank you so much, guys. It was really fun interacting with you as well. And Sam and Ian, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's it. All right.
Thank you so much. And I thought that it was quite a banter rather than an interview. So that's what we want to feel whenever we give other interviews as well. So.
Hey, it looks like that is going to cap it off. The SHREYAS Iyer interview by the one and only grade cricketer. We've turned off the autoplay so it doesn't start playing a random video, which I totally forgot was a feature, which is a lot better. But hey, that is going to cap it off, guys. That was great. I loved the Shutman interview, and I've just loved the Iyer interview. I've actually never really watched, too many interviews, and I haven't really heard Iyer talk that much. Obviously, I've seen him play a lot through the IPL or international cricket, but never really seen him as a person or his personality. And what better to see someone's great personality or a character than through the grade cricketer, where they're asked some of the more interesting stuff around the world. But hey, that is going to cap it off, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one.